Hey everyone, can you guys hear me? Is everything working fine for you? Because we are getting the patch notes, right? And this means that we will be analyzing them together. In the meantime, I released a new video that I worked on this night. I didn't sleep much today. But yeah, I released a new video. It's like 6 minutes long. So if you guys could watch it and or share it, that would be great. I think that it turned out pretty nice, but we will see how the reception goes. Question: what legendary event is after the Dante one? I think that it will be mentioned in the patch notes. The Peter mine. Peter is the next legendary release event. So yeah, if you are gearing up for Tryon, you have more time to prepare. Okay, 50 seconds until the stream starts. Let's just ignore it, I guess. We'll start now, right? So let me get... Oh. Okay, guys, I have something for you. But I need to restart my avatar once again. So I prepared those pictures for you. And we all know that new characters and stuff is the most important part of an update, right? I think that we can all agree that this is the case. So, what is going on here? We are getting some Abaddon changes. He gets buffs to his active, he gets buffs to his passive, he gets buff to his health and armor. So, even more, there is also the new Let the Galaxy Burn trait. So that's very nice. And now, where's the slideshow? Here it is. So we have the new active. It basically, what changes, it's that it heals you more. So it's kind of better for this. And then it's basically like do a normal attack and then do a second attack. This one deals piercing now. And for the rest of the fight, you are going to get the second attack forever. Like, it will happen always, right? What this means is that this, for example, works with Tryon, whatever. The Custodes legendary, right? So we have 3 piercing hits here. So that's pretty amazing. Then we have the new passive, and the new passive is like this is old, right? But then we get this the value, the damage value is increased for each attack Abaddon has performed in this battle. And do you know what this means? It basically means that after about, let's say, 6 turns, you have the maxed out buff. And holy fuck, 2156 damage. And it's not giving your chaos units damage. It's dealing more damage. So what this means is that, for example, if you were to bring in Karn, he gets this 12 times. It's better than Chaos Kalgar, because Kalgar only gives your attacks damage. This is like Chaos Elgion, let's say. It's very scary. Like, it will be hard for you to get it properly online, but you know, it can hurt quite a lot. So Karn gets 12 hits that are buffed by this passive. You still have to remember that Abaddon needs to ramp up. So it's not like it's 2000 buff forever for the whole fight. No. It's not that. Wait. Let me do something quickly. Give me a second. Here. Where is it? Here. Here. Okay. We'll do some background music. Okay. So, this ramps up, but I have to say, the numbers are quite impressive indeed. Then, we have the next part, the new Let the Galaxy Burn. So, if the enemy is being attacked by a unit with the Let the Galaxy Burn trait, there is a 1 in 3 chance for Despoiled Ground to be added. And we'll get to the Despoiled Ground soon. But what's important is that if the enemy is already on a hex with a hex effect, so it's Despoiled Ground or any other hex effect, like, for example, Fire from Forge Fiend, so that shouldn't be too hard to enable. You always get the additional hit. So, you know, and it's all attacks. It's not all normal attacks. And it basically means that Abaddon gets more from here, because he will get one more hit here and one more hit here. So, you know, that's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. Okay. Then we have this Despoiled Ground. It basically is like damage over time when you start the turn on the hex. So that's pretty simple and doesn't really matter, especially since the bosses won't be getting damaged by this. Keep in mind, they do not take any hex effects, so you can ignore it, but they will be affected by this second part. Affected chaos units also deal 15% damage, 15% more damage to Xenos or Imperial enemies. So 15% more damage, like multipliers on your damage output, are pretty good, to be honest. Like, not gonna lie. Okay. Now we have the relic. And what the relic does is basically it gives Abaddon the Morven Val passive. It basically works like this. He attacks units that are like, he attacks in a cone, right? So does Chaos have to stand in it? I honestly have no idea. I think that they should be standing in it based on the wording, but I didn't have the choice to test it because we got the patch yesterday evening. So, you know, we didn't really have much time to break things down for you. Sorry. Anyway, so the relic is basically Morven Val passive. What this means is this will get buffed by Despoiled Ground. And it also should be buffed by Tryon. And, well, it basically makes Abaddon hit like adjacent units 6 times. 8 times. Because if they are on a Despoiled Ground or on a Hex effect, they take 4 per attack, and he gets 2 attacks per turn. So this is crazy damage output. Like, he can clear crowds now. He is a proper legendary now, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get to the other characters, okay? We'll get to the other characters now. We have Adamatar. And Adamatar is the Lord Cacophonist. And basically, he is a ranged damage buffer that has to get into melee to properly buff. So, as you can see, 1200 HP, solid number, 2000 damage. That's not great, let's be honest. 3 hits, this will get expanded in a second. And, well, 3 movement, basically no traits. Is it okay? It's okay. Like, okay, he's like a kinda tanky dude that gets into melee in order to buff your other teammates. Ranged meta is a thing now? No. I don't think that it is. Maybe the ambassadors know more than I do, but based on what I can see, there shouldn't be a ranged meta. Like, there is a ranged team option now, but I don't think that it's even close to the damage that Custodes or Admech can do. Like, it's becoming a fine niche, but it's not there yet, I think. I'm not like the math guy, so, you know, we'll see. So, he's active. He has to be in melee to activate it. And then he deals 3 hits with direct damage. So, you know, direct damage, that's rare. That's rare as hell, to be honest. To an enemy that he chooses and to other random enemies adjacent to the target. And what's important here? Like, this damage isn't exciting, right? And what's important here is that for every enemy that is overkilled by this, so let's say for every enemy under 4000 health when you use this at level 55, he gets +1 hit on his normal attacks for the rest of the battle. Let me tell you this. Imagine him on survival, where he can reset the active ability and where he can basically use the active ability reset as a huge buff over time. It will add up like 3 hits per use in theory. So he gets from 3, 6, 9, perhaps 12. That's a lot of hits. And you just have to grab a damage power up and then use the active ability resets and you're good to go, I guess. Yeah, Harken outscales him, but the problem with Harken is that Harken is squishy as hell. This guy is quite tanky. So, you know, that's the difference in my eyes. I'm not saying that he will outvalue Harken. Like, Harken gets more damage. This guy gets more... this guy gets more hits. So, you know, if you pair him up with Abaddon, he will be better for survival. And Abaddon looks like an amazing survival unit now, so... I don't know, we will see. Now we have his passive. And it's pretty simple. Enemies adjacent to him take more damage from range attacks. Okay, fine. If someone was overkilled, enemies adjacent to him take more crit damage from all attacks by friendly chaos units. Is this hype? No. No. You won't have an overkill for every guild raid fight. You won't have a lot of units that in chaos right now that will massively benefit from crits and will have guaranteed crits, because that's what's important. Like, Karn plus Ragnar is good because you can get very close to guaranteed crits, so this would work. But still, you know, I don't think that it's good enough. It's mid. It's 100% mid in my eyes. Like, I'm sure that there will be people, there will be creators that will say that, ooh, range meta is here and that this is so amazing. Like, I'm sorry. I'm going based on my vibes. but my vibes are telling me that this won't be good enough. We will see. I hope to be wrong, because, well, it would be fine to have a new team that's ranged, because, well, to be honest, only Neuro has any kind of decent range damage output, and Neuro is a tier below the other teams, so, you know. Okay, but now we will get to the more fun stuff. Yeah, woohoo! We have Krieg in the game right now, ladies and gentlemen. So, solid health, that's okay, right? 12,000 is okay. 2,000 armor, kinda on the lower side, to be honest. 3 hits, power, 4 movement with unstoppable. So that's like tank smasher mobility. That's good mobility, to be honest. He's also resilient, so, you know, he can be a pain to kill. The damage output by itself is okay, but I wouldn't call it crazy. Are they going to finish Custodes and Emperor's Children faction before making another faction? Well, this is not a new faction. This is 6th Astra Militarum, right? So, I think that there's a good chance that we will get very close to finishing factions before we get something new. And I would guess that the Drukhari or Votan or the Grey Knights are like the 3 sensible choices right now. So we will see. We will see indeed. Yeah, what his skills do. His active is basically, think of it like this. If he has not moved, he gains infiltrate. So kinda like Matanio, right? Then he charges. Okay, kinda like Matanio. Within movement range 4. Okay, so he isn't like, you can't like giga buff his movement stat to have like full map active ability. That's good. He then deals 3 times the power damage to it. It's very close to his normal damage number, right? 280. Wait, let's see. 280, 50, 380. Yeah, that's basically his attack plus minus 400 damage, right? So that's like the 10 damage change. Then he summons 4 Death Riders. So yeah, 4 horsemen in 3 adjacent hexes to the target that can immediately attack enemies in range. No. Adjacent hexes to him, sorry. That can immediately attack enemies in range. All attacks triggered by this ability, so his attacks and the 4 riders with their attacks have more pierce ratio for each friendly unit that has been defeated this battle. Does pierce ratio matter? Well, it can matter in Tournament Arena or Guild Wars. It's important to think about how many units you want to get killed first before you use this active. But from my experience, it looks like even using it without any deaths can be quite devastating to the enemy. And we have to think about what the hell do the Death Riders do, right? So, a Death Rider has basically like half of his health and quite weak armor. 2 hits physical, 3000 damage. That's not crazy good, right? It has the unstoppable trait, so it can get to places. That's good. That's very good. And he's a summon, doesn't matter. But they also have the Fraglance ability. And what does it do, you may ask? Well, it basically upgrades their attacks when charging. So they deal plus damage. So they can, in theory, clear crowds, clear swarms. So that's good. That's very good in my eyes. I'm not sure. I didn't have the time to test it. I didn't have the time to test this, whether it's activated on the turn that they are spawned. So I am sorry for this. But I have to say, they seem to pack a punch when they spawn. So that's good. Like those are good summons and they deal a lot of front load damage. Like, to be honest, okay, I will tell you what my opinion on the character is when we get over the passive. Tough to kill. At the beginning of his turn, he regenerates health. That's like 25%, let's say. About 25% of his health. All attacks against him have less crit chance and deal less crit damage. And this is huge. This is kind of huge because it tells us that basically this guy, unless we get a guild raid boss that is like fully about crits, so that would have to be the Emperor's Children guild raid boss, I would presume. He receives less crits, so that's basically Guild Wars and Tournament Arena stuff. Like, I'm sorry, almost nobody will use him in guild raids. He looks like a fun character, but he is not a guild raids character unless we get a boss fight that really uses crits. Screamer is about crits, yes, but only if he kills something, and you can just use mechs to not have anything die and kill him quickly. So yeah, I get you, but we need more crits on bosses to realistically use this guy in guild raids. Like, he's okay. Yeah, he is the anti-Ragnar. That's his job. He blocks crits. He is hard to kill. He can withstand the attack, the first charge of the enemy, and then he can retaliate with his active. That's the idea behind the character. Okay, so we got over the Abaddon rework. We got over the new Cacophonist. And we got over the new Creek Marshal. But we have one more thing. And I uploaded a video on it. And it's the Rakatrak, the Orc Machine of War. And I have to say, I like it. I vibe with it. I think that it's fun. I wouldn't call it like super meta, but it's fun. So, the paid ability, so the primary, the paid ability, deals 3 hits, physical of course, to an enemy who has at least 1 friendly orc or 2 friendly units adjacent to it. So it kinda requires get stuck in setup in order to be enabled. But then, if the target has 2 friendly orcs or 4 non-orc units adjacent to it, so get stuck in plus, it also summons a large squeak on a free hex adjacent to the target. So that's good. Like, this, as you can see, the squeak has 7,700 health. Like, that's tanky. Like, I know that the horsemen that we just discussed had 5.5k and there were 4, but you only get to use them once. The next legendary release event after Dante is Peter Mine, Pavel. Hope that this helps you. The large squeak is basically a meat shield for you, and you can also spam it every round from round 2, so that's good. Like, it's constant squeak summoner. Like, that's fun in my eyes. Like, I really enjoy it. And then we have the squig. How many squigs is Galatian worth? Oh, that's a good question. That's a math problem, if I ever seen one. The stats, right? 3 hits. So that's not bad. Like, this is the kind of damage that you deal with the Rakatrak active by itself. So it basically makes it so you use it for the first time and it deals like the base damage. Then you summon the squeak, and the next turn you basically have the squeak attack the enemy with almost the same damage output, and then you can use the active again. So it's like it goes up to 200, then to 300 because you have two squeaks, 400, 500, right? Like, this adds up over time. And they also are orcs. So if you are kinda limited on your orcs, and the amount of orcs in your team, yeah, it's paid. That's true. But, you know, people are using the Biovore active all the time. They are using the Forgewind active. Like, I think that it may be a side grade sometimes, but we'll get to it in a second. Because think of it like this. Most of the time, for Silent King, you use Biovore to basically get 1 or 2 mines around him to have him stay in place once you got him trapped. This is one summon, so you have to kinda, you know, adjust. But it's a summon that deals... do we get to Gibba after the notes? Yeah, I think that we should. I will try to get over the topic quickly. I hope that we can spend some time on Gibba. If not, it will be the next stream. We will see. Anyway, it's kind of like they can deal proper damage, the squeaks. If you only have to use them once because they don't explode. Like, that's the good part. This is like budget Biovore in some setups, right? You need 2 orcs though, so you know, if you are playing AdMech, you basically would need Gelgord's active and have your Orc Boy charge into melee. So you will turn into Snowprint like this, you know. Elaborate. I don't understand. Okay. Now we have its free ability. And Gold will get to the Dark Eldar in a second. So, Gibba next time. Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, he can wait a little. Don't worry. You can wait a bit. So, the Squig Mine. The Squig Mine is fun as hell. If you guys want to see the Squig Mine in action, you should see my newest video that got released like 20 minutes ago or 30 minutes ago. But what it does, you pick a hex, and then this hex and 4 other random hexes that are free get Squig Mines. And when someone steps on a Squig Mine, he gets blown up. And you see, this is not a small damage number. That's like 15,000 damage. Blast damage, of course, but you know, 15,000 damage is quite strong, to be honest. And the number is so high that for most enemies, they should still die to it. Like, I tested it with Thaddeus, for example. Thaddeus gets one-shot by this. And if the enemy is unlucky, you can basically trap him inside the Squig Mines. You can, you know, block his movement. It will be infuriating to play against, especially if someone is so... any news about including Machines of War in other game modes? I have no news on this. Maybe there's something new in the patch notes, but I got no news for you on this. If someone makes a Squig Mine plus Isaac combo for Guild Wars defense, it will be sinister. It will be so toxic to fight against, especially if they have the Medicae buff. Like, holy hell. This will be infuriating to fight against, but it will be so fun to use, trust me. So, the Mythic passive. The Mythic passive is actually pretty damn amazing, to be honest. So, if there is an enemy that is next to a friendly Squig, or 2 Mythic characters from your team, they take 20%, up to 20%, it's 10 to 20% damage buff from normal melee attacks. There is one team that can output heavy damage in melee with normal attacks. And that team has Snotfloga, so an orc, right? That team, in theory, has Gelgorts, for example. That team could also include Ragnar, because, well, 20% more damage on the first attack would be amazing, right? So that's nice. That's very nice. Like, this is a proper damage boost. That's very easy to enable. You don't have to be lucky with it. You don't have to gamble that the spore mines can detonate on the enemy. You don't have to stand next to a guardsman that has some weird AI. Like, this one is simple. You surround the enemy and you beat him to death. And this will be strong as hell in my eyes. The thing is, it will be strong as hell for boss fights that don't require you to use a specific machine in order to survive. So, for example, high legendary or perhaps even mythic Belisarius Call. You will need Fortune for him. You want to kill those tech priests when they get spawned. So you will use Fortune. So this is bad there, right? Silent King, this could work, but it would force you to play against Silent King with multi-hit instead of AdMech. That's still good, but you know, some people may prefer to use the mech team against Silent King, and I can respect it. So the thing that I thought about was the Hive Tyrant, because you can spam the mines to kill the Reapers before your summons get distracted. So that's pretty neat in my eyes. I think that it has proper potential for some crazy uses, but you will need to, you will need to think about those uses. It won't be so easy. Okay, so that's basically it for the characters. We will now quickly look at... wait, where is it? Here it is. We will look at... we will look at the patch notes. So, what do we have here? New Epic Battle Pass. Space Hulk Survival. New character release. Okay. Arena improvements. Abaddon rework. We'll get to the arena improvements in a second. New Orc Machine of War. Peter Mine is the next legendary release event. Great. Battle Pass season with the Creek Marshal. We just got over him, so that's good. Arena improvements. Arena tokens are reset to 10 at the beginning of every season and do not regenerate for the last 8 hours in a season. So basically it means that your arena experience will be constant and you won't have to worry that much about it. 1 token per 160 minutes. Okay. Now you get some matchmaking improvements. So the higher you go, the stronger enemies you can get. But for the new players, the power levels should be closer. And it affects the first slot, the second and third slot for everyone. But it does not work in Chapter Master, Captain, and on the first slot on every lobby, every match choice. So it's okay. Okay. Battles now end in a bombardment after 8 rounds, so that's okay. Some people said that this bombardment thing can be a problem. uh, it can be a problem in a way that Arena was used to do certain mythic missions, so it won't be so easy to do now. Okay, new units, we got over those. New relic, we got over it when talking about Abaddon. Training Rush comes back. And it looks like the multipliers are here to stay. So that's good. This is good. The fact that we can get 4 or 5 times the XP multiplier is very nice. It is very, very nice. Purge Order in October. You get the martial shards and ability badges. That's good. So it's basically a home screen event that will give you shards. Okay. Squeak Smash comes back, and you will get Blessed Requisitions and Salvage. So the Salvage variant of the home screen event, that's okay. The Salvage drops are quite nice, right? So I can appreciate those. Now, against the Tide. Gain points for each enemy wave you defeat. Pressed requisition orders, coins, and skulls in the Space Hulk survival event. We don't have that many. Oh no, we do have some things set here. Space Hulk survival event. Forecast shards and Barakiel as playable character. And then we have Ultramarines, Black Templars, Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Space Wolves, and that's it. So it's basically Space Marines. Space Marines versus the Tyrannids or Gene Stealers. Okay, that's good. New tile sets, so new map. So this will mean new maps in other game modes too, perhaps. Also, it could hint that we would be getting perhaps a Gene Stealer boss fight, since they have the assets for the map, you know. Maybe the next campaign event will be Gene Stealers, where you fight them and not use them. And it will be something like, I don't know, Word Eaters versus Gene Stealers or something. I don't know. There's an option. The next Guild Raid boss could be a Gene Stealer. Okay. Special event. Peter Mine. 4 more levels for Mythic. 10 more crates. Whatever. Okay. Campaign event. Guild War Incursion. New power-ups. And Squeak Buggy basically has the Space Marines plus Custodes. So that's okay. This should be doable. New Onslaught, Tournament Arena, Nevermind, new quest, Chiron and Karian, that's expected. Bless requisitions, I will skip. Achievements, I will skip. Daily deals, I will skip. Shop. Free offer of components on Sundays is increased to 10 components. So it was 3 and now it's 10. That's not great, to be honest. Energy refill now also provides raid tickets. 10 for the first refill, 15 for the rest. And weekly missions and seasonal missions give you raid tickets too. So this should be okay. If you do the weekly missions, you should be very good to go. Did I miss something? Freddy's speed. Yes, I am speed. Sorry. Okay. Then Abaddon. We got over Abaddon. He is fun. He will be a powerhouse. Too long didn't watch, I guess. Balancing, changing how abilities works. That shouldn't matter to almost everyone. It's a very rare case. but it's mostly to make Barakil feel better, I think, since he'll be the survival star for the Space Hulk, so that's good. Guild credit offers now give more credits. Yay! So if you buy the guild credit offers, you won't feel as bad because they kind of felt bad after the guild credit changes to the economy. So that's good. And some bug fixes. That's it. Wait, that's it? I feel like there was something. Did I miss something? Huh. Well, I don't see. Okay, I think that I got it all. So, let's see. And what do we have here? Damn, I'm gonna. Oh, I have to open the chat. Doc chat. Let's see. Did I miss something? Have you seen that Guild Wars Games Workshop revealed the Dark Elder units on Monday? Yes, I have seen them. I think that they are very fun, and I hope to see them in. I hope to see them in Tacticus sooner or later. I think that they would be very fun to operate. Mm, will they ever release a Salamander's faction 2 years in the future? No idea, because it depends on the codex releases. I think that it's safe to say that there is a bigger chance for Snowprint to release a faction if they have a codex. So, dobra. Next Imperium factions are either Imperial Agents or Grey Knights. Next Xenos are Dark Elder or Votan. Chaos has Demons. I think that you are right on the spot. I would say that the next Imperial faction will be Grey Knights. The next Xenos will be. I think that it would be Votan, since we already got Votan models before, and the Mechanicus 2 should be getting closer and closer to the release. So, that's a possibility. More focus, short spread is speed. I think that the next raid boss is a Primarch. I would agree. I think that it's time that we see Andron, but we'll see. Okay. Once we have every Codex faction, I can see us getting other Space Marine factions. I can also see us getting more 6th units, right? Since we just got the Creek Marshal, so maybe we will be getting them more regularly now. But you have to keep in mind that I think that there is a big chance that the new units won't be included into the campaigns, just like Titus wasn't. So they will either be character release events, legendary release events, or battle pass events. So it's something. New factions are more hype, yes, for sure, but I don't. Games Workshop is weird about doing things with their IP. So I think that no codex means no faction. That's my guess. So I wouldn't hold my breath here. Okay. Okay, so guys, we did the patch notes. Woo! Now let's talk Gibbascrapz, shall we? It is time. It is time to talk about Gibba. So let me quickly adjust my screen. Okay. Here. Mythic Certus, never. So, what do we have here? We have Gibbascrapz on my account. As you can see, he is Diamond 2.5, getting closer to Diamond 3. Why Diamond 3? Well, it's the requirement to do his mythic missions. So, you know, it's okay to build him to Diamond 3 if you want the cyborg implant equipment. So this will help. So what problems does Gibba have? The main problems, in my opinion, those are my opinions, right? The passive. The passive on Gibbascrapz is so lackluster. I can appreciate that it gives armor to every adjacent unit. It's a very simple passive. It's like an old passive. So I can appreciate the armor thingy, but for first thing, it's very boring. So, you know, plus armor, come on, that's not fun. Second thing, Tangida has better numbers on this passive, so that's bad. That's you know, why bother bringing Gibbascrapz if you can buff up armor with Aesop or Tangida? There's no reason. Tangida has more effects on his passive, and Aesop has the damage reduction and the damage buff. You know, like, no reason to invest into Gibba passive, realistically. It's just bad. So, then we have the active ability. And what's the problem is with it is this, the battle fatigue. The biggest problem with it is that it kinda is RNG, because, well, the tank can just run away. So it's hard to justify bringing Gibba and his tank into the battle where you can get them scared so easily, especially since Snowfloga has grots that ignore battle fatigue. Why does this not work on a grot tank? It should work on a grot tank. Removing battle fatigue by the synergy between Snowfloga and Gibbascrapz is a very easy fix in my eyes. And it makes the team coherent and synergistic, right? Gibbascrapz isn't like the master of morale and the master of discipline. He's a mech, so he can spawn a tank that has battle fatigue, but there should be ways to remove the battle fatigue, and Snowfloga is the best choice in my eyes. So we have those abilities. We also have to look at his stats, because holy shit, why does he have so little health? Like, I know that he has a very high armor stat, right? Like, this is a very high armor stat, but still, like, oof. This health number is so low that most of the time, the battle fatigue on the tank happens because Gibbascrapz gets one shot with overkill. That's how bad it is. That's the Gibbascrapz experience for you guys. So, what can we do about Gibba, right? We talked about the battle fatigue, and we can deal with battle fatigue by giving the effect to Snotfloga. So make Snotfloga remove battle fatigue from grots and grot tanks. That should be good to go. The tank itself has okay stats. The damage types, the hit numbers are good. The passive ability is very nice. I very much like it and enjoy it. It's a vehicle, it's also mechanical. Those are not updated, by the way, since we now have a vehicle as a mechanical, so there's no need to have both. Just like Syjax only has vehicle and he's not mechanical, so you know, that's a small thing to update if I were to nitpick. So it has a lot of health for a summon, and it gets more for each turn that press Pest. So yeah, Galatian also has both. Yes, indeed. Galatian should also lose the mechanical trait and just be vehicle, since it would work the same. I don't like clutter. I enjoy tidiness in my games. So every turn he gets health. That's good. I really like those kind of effects in the game, and I think that it's okay. What I would change in terms of this stacking is that I would make this smaller, like get less health per turn, but I would give it damage ramping. I think that it should ramp up damage over time. I wouldn't say that it should be like huge, but a small bump every turn would be good. I think that it would be fine. I don't think that it would be broken, and I don't think that it would be any problem to fight against. So I would enjoy it. I think that it would be good. So I would give it... oh, spending all night editing is taking its toll on me. Sorry. So, what do we have here? We have the armor stat too, so that's okay. The armor stat is okay, and in theory, Gibbascrapz could increase it too, so it has more armor in reality. When you spawn it in, keep in mind, when you spawn it in, it has like this 670 plus, let's say 200, right? So it's okay. It's fine in my opinion. The armor stat is very nice for a summon. So, Defecticon said that he should heal all orcs, and I agree. I totally agree. I think that right here should be a healer. Right here. He should... What are we doing? We did the new characters breakdown. We did the patch notes breakdown, and now we are talking Gibbascrapz out of all things. So the news are earlier in the stream. Nothing too crazy, I think, but I think that some of the additions are nice. So we should have him as a healer, but there is one problem with this, because it won't happen. It won't happen because we already have this as a relic, and I don't believe that there is even a slight chance that they will go back to Gibba and allow him to heal and repair, because, well, the relic is kinda like a mini Gibba rework in a way. It allows him to heal all the orcs if you have them equipped with the relic, right? So make him give mechanical to units in range of passive. That would be neat. That would be neat as hell. No, just doing this. If it were all friendly adjacent units have more armor and are mechs, I think that it would be amazing. Like, you could use Gibba as an enabler for the ad mech. That would be fun as hell. Like, you stand him next to Snotfloga, and then Snotfloga and the Grots adjacent to Gibba are mechanical. So this procs raw. That would be fun as hell. Making Gibba give mechanical to units in X radius will render cyborg body irrelevant. It kinda would. Huh. How could we make it work like this, but not like this? Because the strongest thing about the cyborg body is the Actus synergy, right? That's the main star here. If you are like a late game player, Snot plus Actus is a proper combo, right? So, I think that this should be somehow connected. I don't know how, but maybe it would be like adjacent friendly non-mechanical units get something, and adjacent friendly mechanical units get something different. So the armor buff should be for non-mechanical units, since Sangida buffs makes way better, so there's no reason to fight over this. So this would be the non-mech buff, and then it could have some other effect for mechs. So for example, mechanical units could receive plus X damage, right? So for example, this would be, I don't know, maybe 2 times this number or 1.5. Heal plus damage. I don't think that they need heal. Plus damage would be good. I would focus on damage. So the damage could be like 1-to-1 or maybe 1-to-1.5 maybe. I would have to dive deep into the damage part and calculation, right? But I think even if it were like ×2, it wouldn't be too busted. So I don't know. Maybe this would be fine. Maybe a rapid assault type of buff. Yes, but the problem is, what would it do? I mean, it could be... Wait, how would we do it? Friendly orcs and... Because we could also have like different effects for orcs and different effects for others, right? So all friendly adjacent units get armor, let's say. Additionally, all friendly adjacent orcs get something. That's also an idea that we could follow. Because he is the buffer for the orcs, but he's not the offensive buffer, he's a defensive buffer. So I think that there's a chance, not a huge one, but I think that there's a chance that we will, sooner or later, get an official lifesteal keyword in the game. And we have it in incursions right now, where the units heal for damage dealt. And I think that this could be somehow included in this kit.
So for example, he could give 10% lifesteal to adjacent orcs. Wouldn't that be fun? If you smash enemies with orcs, they heal because they get engaged in the fight. They want to fight more. They keep going. Something like this. I think that it would be good. Maybe add a shield when he repairs something. That's good. But there's one problem with it. The problem is that a shield is strictly worse than a health buff. So that's twisted science for you. Because they have no armor, so they get burst down. But the bigger problem is if giving someone a shield would be a good investment, then this guy would be good. And he is not. The number on the shield isn't even bad. But look at this. This happens after he moves. He just has to move. He can still use the active ability. He can still use the attack. And I have so many stone characters. I just know what to push to get what I need. Yeah, I compared Gibba to Tomohaz because if we were to add a shield when he repairs something, it would be basically this, but it would require you to use your action, your attack or heal, to even get the shield. So it couldn't be only a shield. It should be way more stuff. So, for example, it should be a shield. Maybe if it were persistent, Tome Shield is uncontrolled. I mean, it's kinda controlled. Closest friendly unit, preferring 1000 suns. So if you only have other 1000 sun, you can get it guaranteed. Then other chaos units, then other friendly units. So it's very, very easy to play around. Adeptus Retardus reporting for duty. I gave you guys a shout out in the Orc Machine of War video. So, the biggest problem with... I mean, the idea of giving shields for Gibba is great. But we have to think how it would happen. And maybe... Hear me out. We have Rusk, right? We have Rusk. And he gives shields on every kill. For 1 round. I know that getting a kill is harder than some normal passive effect, right? But maybe, the shield could be like lower number, let's say, than Rusk. And then it would be like when Gibbascrapz repairs a friendly unit, he gives a shield to all adjacent units. Maybe something like this. No idea. I'm not sure, to be honest. But I think that that could be a way to do this. But there is one thing that I want Gibba to do. And that's being a Snappa enabler. And this will be hard. Because normal attacks ignore armor. If he's at full health, his normal range attacks score hit and he loses 5% health. So, the thing is, I think that Gibba should repair adjacent allies on turn start, preferably. Or maybe on turn end. I think turn end would be better. But he should enable Snappa to heal more, to get more stacks, to get this huge nuke on his active, right? I think that this should be the idea. By the way, ranged meta. 24 hits on Snappa Reka with ranged buffs. Anyone? Okay. Bye, Jess. Bye. Thank you for coming in. Mike Ox. Taking care of the boys. When adjacent orc unit is attacked with attacks that have 50% or less pierce ratio, Gibba will apply a shield. Oh, that's a nice idea. Like, you know, like the growth tank has this passive, the ramshackle, that when you hit it with attacks with low pierce, it gets less damage. So if Gibba were to have the same pierce threshold and then include a shield that would basically help your units survive, that would be fun. I would limit it in a way. So for example, I would make it so each unit can only get one shield per round, but that would be fine. That would be very thematic. The problem is that he still wouldn't really synergize with Snappa, but since he's a big mech, what if we made it so that Gibba repairs your mechanical units during your turn passively when they get damaged by anything? So for example, when they run into Overwatch, when they get damaged by the explosion from a character dying, when Snappa shoots and then gets damaged. So whenever a friendly mechanical unit gets damaged during your turn, Gibbascrapz repairs X health to it. And whenever an adjacent unit is attacked with an attack of a pierce ratio, let's say 30% or less, whatever it was, Gibbascrapz gives the unit a shield. A bomb has been reported, so no class. Oh, that's okay. No class, that's what matters. EPK. Okay. To be honest, people use Gibba for his tank anyway. It's insane that the tank having more health the longer you wait to deploy. Yeah, the tank is insanely tanky. I would reduce the health scaling and give it damage scaling over time too. Like small damage scaling. I'm not saying like double the damage after 2 turns. No. But I think that it shouldn't just get tankier, because there are many situations where the tank is tanky but does nothing anyway, because it cannot pierce the enemy, right? Jess, are you by any chance in the USA? Because that sounds like USA to me. Anyway. Guys, so would we do anything more about the tank? Serbia, okay, that also fits. Okay. I made a community post about Gibba, right? And we had some comments there. Let's see. He should be able to heal and repair all units. Once a non-mechanical unit is healed for the first time each battle, it gains the mechanical trait. Double passive bonus for mechanical and orc allies. Double passive bonus is like better than Gida. I wouldn't mind it since Tangita also has damage output on the same skill, so that's fine. Once a non-mechanical unit is healed for the first time, it gains the mechanical trait. That would be fine. Like Gibbascrapz converting people to mechs. Yeah, but the biggest thing is that Snowprint kinda made the orcs mechanical in a way with the relics. So that's kinda I would love to get this effect on Gibba, to be honest. And just allow them to get mechanical from Gibba healing them. Relics can be reworked, Emo. I wouldn't expect them to get reworked, but you are right, they can be reworked. I just wouldn't expect it. I'm trying to be realistic, right? Because if I wanted to do a daydreaming stream, I would do it, but I know what Snowprint does and what they don't do, so I wouldn't hold my breath for the relic to be changed. So what do we have here? He should be able to heal and repair, overall stats buff. 100% agree. The fact that he the fact that he becomes enabled in a way only on Mythic when you get 3 relics for the orcs is kinda a joke to me. Not reworked, rather buffed. Also have to agree, but I think that his passive needs a rework because it's so basic and boring that I want to kill myself. Like, Abaddon gets fun stuff in a rework, so Gibba should also get fun stuff, in my opinion. He's not in desperate need of a rework. It would be nice to see some small buffs to make him relevant, but I don't hate his current iteration. Like, yeah, he is not in desperate need of a rework, that's true. Like, but, you know, the dev said that all the orcs will get a rework, so we are pushing for this. His active could be used every second or third turn. That would be neat. I think that it would be neat. I think that giving this a timer. I think that it's not that Gibba is in need of a rework, it's just the other repairing characters, Aleph or Actus, do the role better. The thing about Aleph and Actus is that Aleph heals after moving, so this means that he can heal you up and use his skill. That's very important for him. If he wouldn't do that, his usage would drop, in my opinion. And Actus is the only healer that upgrades your damage output. So, Actus is the only aggressive healer in the game. Like, there is nobody that upgrades your damage output as a healer so much like Actus does. And I can't wait to get to Legendary 5 Magnus this season in order to do Actus plus Snotfloga plus Hellbrecht. I will do it, and I will enjoy the hell out of it. Yeah. Actus doubling Snot attack makes Gibba even more unloved. That's true. There's no reason to bring in Gibbascrapz for Snotfloga synergies, because Snotfloga already has such a high armor stat and health stat that he just doesn't need it. He's tanky enough. He doesn't need more armor.
And Actus gives him way better synergies because you summon more growths and you deal way more damage. So yes, 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 yes. Gibba is unloved. Gibba is very much unloved. I will just stand him like this because we don't want to look him in the eye. What next? He could spawn multiple tanks or a better buff towards his team. We talked about a better buff. Multiple tanks, that could be done by a cooldown in theory. That would be fun. Also, maybe he would be... Maybe do something like whenever he defeats a mechanical enemy, he summons a growth tank in their spot. Maybe. Active ability on a timer like Karyan. Yeah, once again. Gibbascrapz shouldn't get reworked. The Orc faction is already strong in Tournament Arena. Man, screw Tournament Arena balance. Like, Gibba is miles worse than the rest of the Orcs. Like, I'm sorry, even Tank Smasher has some uses. Gibba has none. So that's my opinion. I don't think that Tournament Arena should be a balance point. I think that Tournament Arena should have different balance overall. But I don't think that we should restrict characters based on Tournament Arena. Especially since Gibba is way worse than the rest of the Orcs. And you can feel it when you use him in Tournament Arena. And you do the water. All your Orcs one-shot. Gibba doesn't. Gibba just doesn't feel that good. Okay, that's it for the comments. Did we get some comments here? Gibba rework when? Yeah, so that's basically it. Yeah, when Tank Smasher is better than you, it's sad. Like, I have a Diamond 2.5 Tank Smasher. I will get him to Diamond 3. But I agree that he isn't the best. He lacks some support. But, you know, it is what it is. Chaotic evil idea. Make cyborg body only function when Gibba repairs Snot, so non-orc repairer can't repair orcs. That would make Gibba more useful than... Yeah. Oh. This would kill us. Holy hell, this would be so evil. Yeah, make it... The relic can be healed by Gibbascrapz. Woo! That would be very, very... That would make them so angry. God damn. I am thinking what faction will get a raid boss. Lehman, Lionel Johnson, Angron, Fulton, Belak, or Vashtor. I would say Angron. I would say Angron, 100%. We won't get Ultramarines boss ever. Because new players need to be able to compete in guild raids, and they wouldn't be able to make a team against Ultramarine boss. So that's the easy fix. Angron just fits like everything. So we need more Primarch bosses because I'm tired of fighting Legendary 4 Morty, Legendary 5 Magnus, and Switcheroo. So Slanesh guild raid boss, but with lore accurate clothes. Yes, please. But please make it Slanesh like womanized. I don't want multiple penises on my screen. Have him as legendary or mythic exclusive. Oh yeah, that's true. That could be done. Indeed. 100% agree. Okay. So, guys.
I think that well, I think that it's it. I don't think that we can find any more ideas about Gibbascrapz, to be honest. Like removing the battle fatigue, perhaps adding a cooldown, changing the time scaling on the tank. We talked about plenty of passive changes. We talked about giving him the healer trait and some interactions with it. That could be possible. Jess, I am sorry. I am sorry. You can check the VOD after the stream ends. Like it was a fairly silent stream. We didn't get huge crowds storming the doorways, which is seen right now by the fact that only 10 people are watching. But you know, I think that most people are watching Nanti video. So it is how it is. Anyway, I think that we are good to go, guys. Gibba could summon several tanks with a single system to cover out his own with the bigger of summoning radius. That could be good, but I think that it would be too similar at the same time. Maybe giving him some sort of mechanic to upgrade his active. But I have no idea how. I would have to think about this some more. Anyway, guys. I will be off because I spent the night editing the Squeak Buggy video. I wonder if it was worth it. But yeah, I need to sleep a bit because my energy is dropping low right now. So, thank you guys for coming to the stream. Thank you for staying with me, talking with me, for giving out your ideas for Gibbascrapz. Thank you for reacting to the initial patch notes and new characters and stuff. And well, I will see you on the next stream, which most likely, spoiler, most likely it won't be Tacticus related, because tomorrow Borderlands 4 releases and I really want to play it. So we will see how it goes. Maybe I will stream some Borderlands 4. I expect like 2 people watching, but you know, I'm doing it for me. Stay strong and goon on. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to take some rest right now. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for listening, and I will see you on the next one. Please consider watching my newest video, sharing it with your guildmates, and there's also a new code inside the video for tank smasher shards and some munitions, so you may want to use it. Bye bye.